Hello, seniors. I hope you had a lovely break. I know it's your first day back from break, and hopefully you can go have a nice, easy couple of weeks before we have another break. But make sure you're working hard in school and working hard on our own projects. So to start off, just a couple reminders. Today at 11:59 p.m. For those of you who did not complete a full portfolio, it is due. If you cannot meet that deadline for any reason, please make sure to send out an email to either Eddie and I to let us know, and then we can work moving forward from that. December 9th is when your phase 1 is due for the people that were not able to complete a project as well. This should be submitted on your portfolio, so when we go ahead and look at your portfolios, we should be able to see the phase 1 project already on it. And then another reminder is that January 21st is when your phase 2 project is due at 11:59 p.m. So this Sunday you only have to do a quiz, and in that quiz is where you will give us a plan for your phase 2 project. On this quiz you will give us a title of your project. You will then give us 5 to 6 sentences on how you envision this project will come out to be, and then a short outline on the steps that you plan to take to accomplish that. And to talk a little bit more about the phase 2 project, here's AJ.
Hi seniors, been a while. I hope you all are doing great. Glad to hear that you're moving forward on your senior capstone projects. Please get things done. So as we enter into phase 2 this week and you're thinking about that, and I realize some of you are still working on phase 1, but I just wanted to tell you a quick story that I think will help you with your phase 2 project. So a few years ago we had a senior who really wanted to do a mountain biking video, kind of those dirt trails with mountain biking that some of you might be familiar with. And he didn't really know what exactly that was going to look like, but he had some ideas, like he wanted it to be one of those videos that promote a biker or just show what mountain biking is, and it's exciting and cool and lots of different angles. And he didn't know exactly how to start, so I told him, get the camera, get the mountain bike, and go to the trail, and step 1, gather materials. Just film every cool angle, get lots and lots of footage, just gather materials. Then take them home, and this is the most time-consuming part of this process, piece those materials together, piece them together. Basically edit them in order, see what's cool, see what's not, and kind of get a rough idea that is then emerging of what the final product is going to look like. And that final product isn't really ready for other people's consumption until step 3, polish the final product. So now you have a very clear vision and you already have all the materials ready. You just polish it off. If it's a video, you're working on transitions, maybe cutting things down to the absolute necessary materials. But these 3 steps work with anything. So if you're doing some kind of infographic, gather all the information, all the research, all the graphics you're going to use, piece them together, and then polish the final product. So I just wanted to give you that little lesson / suggestion on how to approach your phase 2 projects. I'll see you soon.
Thanks, AJ. And then just to explain more about what we're going to do this week, we're going to go here into Canvas. We go to the course. So you'll see here that we have your senior capstone page. You scroll all the way down, you'll see the week 8 module. There's a page, as always, for this video. There's a page for the presentation that we use, and then as well as the quiz. The quiz is just 2 questions. Like I mentioned beforehand, the first quiz is asking you to give us a little bit more information about your phase 2 project, and then the second question is for you to submit any 2 questions or comments regarding your phase 2 project. A couple of things to keep in mind that we have implemented based on the feedback that we received from cohort is that if you go to the announcements page, you'll see our contact information, both Eddie and I's, in case you want to reach out to us, so you know where it is on Canvas, as well as we now use the calendar section of Canvas, and here you can see my office hours, so you know when I'm available to answer any questions or respond to any emails. And the majority of the time that I have set here is when I'm working on grading your stuff. So a couple things to keep in mind. I inserted the deadlines here for the portfolio, as well as the phase 1 deadline and the phase 2 deadline. Since we're filming this a little bit earlier, you're going to see office hours that have already passed, but once you see this video, there should be office hours for the 28th and moving forward. A couple things to keep in mind is that as we're nearing break, both Eddie and I are also college students, so we have a lot going on, and we have exams coming up, so we may not be as available as we would like to be. So just keep that in mind, but for anything, just email us and just try to expect a swift response. But other than that, does anybody have any questions? Yeah.
I have a question. So the phase 1 new deadline is December 9th, and now we're starting on phase 2. To be honest, I'm having a hard time finding time to even work on my phase 1 project. Is it okay if I just tell you my plan for phase 2, but really focus on completing my portfolio on phase 1 until those deadlines are passed?
Yeah, I would definitely turn in your plan for your phase 2 and just tell us what you plan on doing, and then you can go ahead and shift your entire focus to finishing up the portfolio and the phase 1. But one thing I would keep in mind is that the phase 2 project is a roughly 3-month type of work project. So when we look at it, we expected that you worked on it from cohort. So just keep that in mind. So whenever you start working, just keep that in mind that you do have to catch up to the work that we expect to see.
So I have a question. If we have a question that we ask on one of the weekly quizzes, because I know there's always a space for questions that we have, but if we feel like this question is pertaining to our project and we need the answer right away rather than waiting a week for it to be graded, can we just email that question as well and still keep it in the quiz, but email it ahead of time?
Yeah, you can definitely go ahead and just keep it in the quiz and submit it, and then you can definitely email either Eddie and I, or you can text me if it's an urgent question and you need it answered kind of swiftly, so you can go ahead and do that. Going off Eddie's point, one thing to keep in mind is that both Eddie and I do respond to the questions you ask in the quiz. So once you see that your quiz is graded, I would definitely look back and look to see if we answered any questions that you had, because we tend to do so. All right, bye, seniors.